All right, so when we talk about the stemming, all right, stemming is chopping off the end of words. Okay, so if you have words like say nannies, then what is going to happen is that the nannies is going to become nanny. Okay, meaning that we are chopping off the IE. Okay, we are chopping off the IE, and then we will be ending, and then we'll end up with nanny like that. Okay, if we have words like say caresses, we chop off the end, which is the ES, and then we will end up with caress. Okay, now the rule here is that if you see any IES, it's just converted to I. Okay, so nannies, IES, all these IES will be converted to I. Okay, so that's why here we only have I. And the same way, the rule here is that any SSES, right, is going to be converted to S. Okay, you don't need to memorize this, right, because there are Python functions that we are going to use, which is already inbuilt. You don't need to memorize that one. Okay. And then, so, I mean, that's what is happening here. All these things, right, it's going to be converted to double S. So that's why you see here. All right. And I mean, sometimes these things will make your words becoming useless and not meaningful, right? So it's actually not ideal, right? As sometimes it can produce not meaningful words, okay, which are not present in dictionary. All right. So the alternative way of doing normalization is lemmatization, okay, which is a better way of doing normalization. So in lemmatization, instead of getting rid of the IES and then just converting everything to I, we now change the IES to Y, okay, which is better because nannies is just a plural form of nanny, okay, and then privatization is coming from private, okay, so privatization will be normalized to private. But if it is stemming, right, stemming to would have turned everything here, it would have cut everything here to say priorities, something like that, which is not ideal. All right. So mostly, depending on the words that are there, right? But I mean, 80% of the time, let me say that 80% of the time, you're going to use lemmatization, right, instead of stemming. All right. There are certain situations where you need to also use stemming as well. All right. And we're going to see that as we progress. Okay. So what we are trying to do, as I said, is to reduce the redundancy of information in our data set. Okay. Now, in the next session, we're going to see a practical demonstration of stemming and then lemmatization. Okay. We're going to go to the lab session. Then I will demonstrate to you how we do stemming and then lemmatization. All right. So see you in the next tutorial. Have a nice day.